Hello, everyone. This is our next podcast with another guest of ours, Mr. Akash Bansal. I actually have never met Akash in my life. हम लोग चंडीगढ़ में we met through actually, and we just started talking from there. And after that, we shifted to WhatsApp, and we just kept in touch with each other. And that's when I realized कि Akash is probably the most firmest believer in law of attraction than any of the other person I've ever met. आधे से ज्यादा टाइम मुझे उसके व्हाट्सएप स्टोरीज पे सिर्फ लॉ ऑफ अट्रैक्शन के बारे में ही दिखता है. सो आई थॉट ही इज द परफेक्ट पर्सन टू ब्रिंग इन फॉर दिस. Any doubts that we have on law of attraction, or like whatever we can think and even overthink about law of attraction, we are going to do it today in this podcast.
So welcome, Akash.
So yes.
Right. Thank you so much. I'm really happy to be here. I don't know how much I would be able to change anyone's belief system, but I can just share my own experience and see if that works for people.
All right. So as the name of our podcast is called, Is It Necessary? So that is kind of like our tag question that we start with all the time. So firstly, I'll just throw in that question. The law of attraction, is it necessary? What do you think?
Necessary as in, like, what do you mean by that?
Does it need to exist?
I think
Can people live without knowing about the law of attraction? That's what I'm saying. Like, if people know about, like, is it necessary for people to know about law of attraction? Let's keep it that.
Okay. I don't think that it's necessary for people to know about it, but I think that is why it's called the secret, because not many people know about it,
Yeah.
And it is a blessing if you know about it. So, you can not know about the law of gravity, but it will exist if you know about it or you don't know about it. So similarly, I think law of attraction exists if you believe in it, or if you are aware of it or not, but it will continue to exist. And it is necessary for you, I think, if you think it's necessary for you. I think it's a very personal choice. If it works for you or it doesn't work for you. I think if you believe that it exists, or if you believe that it doesn't exist, either way you're right. Because if you have a belief system that will not work for you, then it will not work for you. And
it's just you have to believe it, right? Because it's kind of like placebo only, that if you just keep believing it, you will attract, and basically that's what the law of attraction is. So but you said that you don't think it's necessary for people to know about it. I don't think that should be true. At least people should be aware about it, and if they want to believe or not, then that's their choice, but everyone should be aware, right?
Everyone should know about this.
Yeah, that is why it's my favorite topic. And eventually, if the conversation is not even about that, somehow the flow, gets there somehow. So I don't know.
So Kaushal, what do you feel about law of attraction?
Yeah, so I have always had a mixed opinion about law of attraction, because I have craved for a lot of things in my life and I've tried to attract it. I've never given anything else any other thought. I've firmly believed it. I've believed it in extreme details, like everything that you can think possible about law of attraction. I've practiced it. It has worked in some scenarios and it has not worked in some scenarios. So I'll get into the stories later on in the podcast. So that's what if I have to just say, then I have a mixed opinion. Like, I need more examples in my life to be the firm believer that Akash is. So Mayank, what is your opinion?
Actually, I got to know about this concept after I watched the movie The Secret. So actually, one of my friend recommended me, because at that moment, I was like very hopeless and I was not doing anything. So she told me that you should watch this movie. I watched it on YouTube and I watched the Hindi version of The Secret. So it was little bit not that much clear, but बहुत heavy शब्द use कर रहे थे, but I got the idea. And the people who I admire, who's that author? मतलब मेरे को नाम याद नहीं आ रहा, उसकी बुक्स मैंने बहुत पढ़ी है, मेरे को अभी जस्ट भूल गया, बट काफी लोग हैं उसमें, बहुत बड़े लोग हैं जिनके YouTube वीडियोस हैं and वगैरह हम लोग देखते हैं. So I got to know about the idea that there is something called law of attraction. And उसके बाद मेरे को just concept पता था, मैंने कभी उसको apply नहीं किया, कभी मैंने ऐसे यूज नहीं किया, मैं subconsciously जो normal चलता है कभी मैंने practice नहीं किया, if to be true. But from past 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, from 1st June, I'm practicing it consciously. I'm doing things according to that. I'm I'm now more clear about my thoughts. Now I'm keeping my thoughts more clear कि मुझे क्या सोचना चाहिए, क्या नहीं सोचना चाहिए. If I'm getting any negative thought, then I'm
Mm-hmm.
putting it like aside and I'm thinking about the positive side and all. So now I'm trying to practice it more. तो मुझे ऐसा फील होता अभी तो लाइक काफी इनिशियल होगा अगर मैं उस चीज के बारे में कोई लाइक रिजल्ट पे आऊं, बट आई थिंक
Yeah.
लाइक दिस इज वन थिंग व्हिच गिव्स यू होप. आई थिंक सो कि like after practicing for like 20-25 days, like it is giving me a like a bright light or a bright hope that okay, one day things will get my way. So I think that people should know about it. If you are following or if it's working for you or not, it's completely on you, but I think that people should know about it.
Okay, so Akash, can you tell us how did you discover law of attraction, or like how did you find out about it, and what was your initial thought when you read about it कि हाँ ऐसा भी कुछ exist करता है? And how old were you when
So
you found it out?
Yeah.
I was 18 when I figured it out. I think it was so basically when I started working, I was 18 then, and so just after I started my business, and I have my business partners, and they are people, and so they recommended Secret to me. In fact, that is the first task that I had after I started my business, was to watch The Secret,
Okay.
because I think basically they wanted me to have clarity about what I want, given the fact that I was 18 also. So at the age of 18, we can have all sorts of thought, and I think clarity is not there when you're 18 years old.
Yeah.
So maybe that was their intention to,
Yep.
to, so that I can ask myself that what is it that I want in my life. And even after watching Secret, I actually wrote down, and I watched it with my mom also, and even she wrote down all of the things that we would want to do in our life. So I was 18 when I figured it out, and my first thought after watching it, I watched the movie. So I was not into books that time, so I find it really hard to read. So I watched the movie. I also watched it on YouTube, and but I watched the English version, so it was bearable. But otherwise, but my first thought was that yeah, so I have always believed in God a lot. I am a firm believer in God, and I think God always has a master plan. So for me, it was another version of that. I have always prayed, and those prayers have come true. So for me, it was of that sense only. It just got another meaning, The Secret and Law of Attraction, and I was very happy because I have always believed. I'm not a very logical person, so I've always believed in the magic of universe, and I have always believed that if you ask something from God, he will listen to you. He's there, and I've since my childhood I've had that relationship with God where I've always asked for things as a friend, or maybe I thought that it is possible. If I'm asking for something, I will get it. It was that simple. I was not too logical कि वो कैसे पूरा होगा. And thankfully, I think that comes from my mom, because she's not a very logical person. So I didn't apply too much logic since my childhood. So my first thought after watching The Secret was, yeah, oh my God, I've been
यही तो
applying
चाहिए
it in
मुझे.
so many
हाँ.
situations.
Yeah.
And I was already applying it without knowing what The Secret is. And then I just वो बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ गया belief system that oh my God, okay, ऐसा concept है, मतलब मैं पागल नहीं हूँ जैसे सोच रहा हूँ कि सोचो और मिल जाएगा. It exists, and thousands of people believe in it. So मेरा belief system उसमें बहुत बढ़ गया था that okay, if other people are also there who believe in something like this, then it really exists.
Okay. So my story is actually, I think it could be the same as yours also. Like maybe you guys are not aware about it. So the first time I found out about the law of attraction was in 2006. It was in a movie called Om Shanti Om. एंड उसमें डायलॉग होगा किसी भी चीज को दिल से चाहो तो सारी कायनात तुमसे मिलाने की साथ. दैट टाइम आई डिड नॉट नो, ऑल्दो द डायलॉग साउंडेड वेरी चीजी एंड लाइक, बट इट वाज सो पॉपुलर कि एवरीवन यूज्ड टू टॉक अबाउट दैट. लेटर ऑन व्हेन आई एक्चुअली रेड द सीक्रेट, सो I actually love reading books, and like wherever I go, I talk to people, like they always recommend The Secret. So that also like kind of sparked some curiosity in me, and when I finally googled about it, because पूरी book तो पढ़नी नहीं थी मुझे, first I tried reading the summary, then I found out about the law of attraction, secret and everything, and I realized कि this I knew since 2006. like ये movie में ये फराह खान ने यहीं से उठाया हुआ है secret का पूरा concept. So that's how I found out about it. And I actually, it sounds very fascinating if you read the books. I don't know about the movie, I haven't seen the movie yet, but if you read the books, like it just shows magic basically. Like people are just getting their lives completely changed through this. Like I don't know, like it also encourages false hopes in people. That's what I think here. Agar like if someone is reading the book for the first time, they would also feel that they can instantly become millionaires. All they have to do is think about it. सो ये मुझे थोड़ा सा वो भी लगता है बिकॉज के लाइक दीज पीपल आर जनरली जो नसीब नसीब करके घूमते हैं कि अगर नसीब में होगा तो मिल जाएगा एंड ऑल, दे वोंट वर्क फॉर इट बट दे विल ब्लेम द गॉड कि अगर नहीं मिला तो लाइक भगवान नहीं चाहता एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट. बट इफ यू मतलब that's what I feel कि like you should
Like
attract
people,
it but you should also make conscious efforts to get it, not just like keep it on the universe कि हाँ if I think about it and pray about it I'll get it all the time.
लोग कॉन्सेप्ट को गलत वे में समझ लेते हैं. मतलब एग्जैक्टली जो कॉन्सेप्ट है बस वो लोग उसी चीज पे फोकस करते हैं एंड एक्शंस पे फोकस नहीं करते. उनको लगता है बस सोचेंगे, प्रे करेंगे या मांगेंगे तो मिल जाएगा टाइप्स. बट एक्चुअली लॉ ऑफ अट्रैक्शन डोंट टीच दिस थिंग. बट ये कौशल की बात एकदम सही है कि लोग ये मिसकंसेप्शन बना ही लेते हैं यार. उनको लगता है कि यार बैठे बैठे मांगो, दिन में 100 बार बोलो तो क्या पता हो जाए वगैरह. बट एक्शंस डू मैटर. तो ये बात तो एकदम सही है. What do you think, Akash?
What do you feel, Akash?
Actually, I completely agree with you guys because I think that as people, we are very lazy, I feel. So we don't really want to. We have found a concept which says that you can get it. So we'll put our energy into, sitting and thinking that okay, now I can get it. But we are so
that's
lazy.
easy to do. Yeah.
That's the easier thing to do. So now we have a bahana. क्या मैं सीक्रेट तो लगा रहा हूँ ना तो वो हो जाएगा. I don't have to work for it. We get a bahana to not work hard, right? But I think like law of attraction का आधा part action है. Like if you see it that way, attraction has action in it. So I don't think if you want 5 crores, universe will transfer 5 crores in your account. It will not work like that. But universe will align things for you or people or the sort of people you meet or the opportunities you get, and it'll try to show you ways where you can get an opportunity through which if you work hard on it you can earn those 5 crores, but it will not put 5 crores in your account. So आपको चीजें शायद वो हाँ आसानी से शायद वो चीजें होने लग जाएं. That is obviously that is what the job of energies is, but it will not happen on its own. You will have to put your efforts. Like even when I got any opportunity in my life, so universe can give it to me, but I have to grab it, right? I can't say that okay, nothing is happening, I asked for it, कुछ हो क्यों नहीं रहा है, but universe ने तो दिया, but I was too judgmental and logical to recognize it. So you have to recognize and believe that okay, whatever is coming my way is maybe coming because I asked for it, and then act on it.
I also think that के opportunities तभी मिलती है if we are at the right place. So that the right place comes because of the actions. अगर हम काम कर रहे हैं तभी हमें वैसी अपॉर्चुनिटी मिल रही है. नहीं तो बहुत बार यार लोगों को घर पे बैठे बैठे बहुत ही वही नसीब होता है जो रेयरली होता है कि चलो एक आध अपॉर्चुनिटी मिल गई. But if you want like many opportunities or if you want back to back opportunities, you have to work for it. Then only it will come to you.
Yeah, actually now secret basically what I feel it does is just it gets your goals clearly inside your conscious. So if you are on the road and if you are looking out for a yellow car, then you will easily spot a yellow car whenever it passes by because you are actually trying to find yellow car. Similarly, if you are looking for some opportunity, so जैसे ही opportunity will come in front of you, you are consciously looking for it. So that's why it's very easy here for you to observe it. बाकी लोग might just ignore it because they're not consciously looking for it. So that's what the secret does, right? It just makes you think consciously about what you want, and as soon as you see it, you find it, you connect the dots and you get it. Right?
I think that it should work. मतलब उसको किसी भी एंगल से समझ लो, but if it's working then great. मतलब some people can try and believe कि what you are saying is completely right for some people that maybe शायद हम उसके बारे में ज्यादा सोचने लग जाते हैं तो हमें ज्यादा दिखने लग जाता है. Or some people can believe that energies exist and everything is made of energy. We are made of energy, or any physical or any object is also made of energy. So it is also about the energy that you have that matters. So I think it should work at the end of the day. मतलब कि ये साइड इस उंगली से निकले इससे निकलना चाहिए, मतलब सीक्रेट चलना चाहिए.
इंटरप्रिटेशंस कैसे भी हम लोग कर ले. हाँ भाई.
अब मैथ्स का कुछ हमें कुछ याद करना होता था, कोई इक्वेशन तो कोई लिख के याद करता था, कोई ऐसे याद कर लेता था, कोई और लॉजिक लगाता था, बट एट द एंड याद करनी चाहिए, नंबर आने चाहिए.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure. So a lot of people actually believe that this is placebo only, that you start believing it and that happens. Like this is the most common argument that I've heard against law of attraction. Okay, because it works, like doctors have proven it and everything. So it's just what we are trying to fool ourselves. Okay, but we are believing it and it will happen because I think it could also be possible कि it's something that
नहीं
humans
but
cannot actually understand
yeah
and like a higher level कोई चीज है कि जो हमारे जो फाइव
but
सेंसेस है उससे हम लोग ग्रास्प नहीं कर पा रहे मे बी.
मतलब I would
क्या
like
मैं
to add one point on this. मतलब like right now I am reading this book Power of Subconscious Mind. So there are many things regarding law of attraction. मतलब like there are so many people who are like treating their illness or cancer or any like major disease by just like focusing on this subconscious mind and focusing on the like कि अच्छी health चाहिए हमें अच्छा होना like they're not doing any actions if I like tell you मतलब उसमें कुछ वो कर तो सकते नहीं है समझ लो कैंसर ट्रीट करने के लिए तुम क्या कर सकते हो कुछ नहीं कर सकते हो बट दे आर जस्ट थिंकिंग दिस वे so I think that in some cases law of attraction really works like the Kaushal is saying कि हमें एक्शन लेना है या लोग सिर्फ ऐसे सोचते हैं बट प्लेसिबो इफेक्ट लॉ ऑफ अट्रैक्शन जो है वो इन केसेस में काफी वर्क करता है यार मतलब इफ यू आर like going to any bath or any that मतलब कोई विलेज जा रहे हो किसी डॉक्टर के पास या कोई नॉर्मल उनके पास जा रहे हो वो कुछ नहीं कर रहा या तुम किसी बाबा के पास जा रहे हो आश्रम जा रहे हो कोई स्वामी जी के पास जा रहे हो वो क्या कर रहे हो कुछ नहीं कर रहे तुमसे सिर्फ कुछ क्वेश्चंस पूछे तुम्हें सिर्फ थोड़े से आंसर्स दे रहे एंड एवरीथिंग हैपेंस बाय इट्स ओन मतलब तुम अपने माइंड में सोच रहे हो कि हाँ चलो अब मिलके आया हूँ तो अच्छा होगा या कुछ कर रहे हो तो अच्छा होगा यू नो एंड उसके बाद चीजें अच्छी होती है मतलब एक बार हम लोग गॉड के ऊपर जो पॉडकास्ट करे थे उसमें हमने एग्जांपल लिया था कि जैसे लोगों को जस्ट बोलते हैं कि तुम कहते हैं कुछ अच्छा काम करो डेली इतने लोग को खाना खिलाओ या इतने डॉग्स हो गए काऊ हो गए तुम ये करो मंदिर जाओ या ये करो सो दिस आर नॉट लाइक एक्शंस फॉर लाइक डूइंग दोस थिंग्स जो उन्हें चाहिए समझ मतलब अगर उन्हें अच्छी हेल्थ चाहिए या मेंटल पीस चाहिए कुछ भी चाहिए ये कोई एक्शन उस वे में तो नहीं है मतलब उस चीज के लिए मेरे हिसाब से ये तो कोई सेकेंडरी दूसरे एक्शन है ये तो एक वे ऑफ लाइफ है बट उसके बाद भी उनको वो रिजल्ट्स मिले समझ रहे तो कहीं ना कहीं लॉ ऑफ अट्रैक्शन नॉट कंप्लीटली वर्क्स ऑन योर एक्शंस ओनली समटाइम्स आई थिंक कि इट वर्क्स रियली इन योर ब्रेन मतलब मेरा पॉइंट ये है मतलब पता नहीं मैं सही से कह पाया हूँ कि नहीं बट
I could completely understand. And one thing I'd like to share with this that sometimes I think you're not really. Sometimes, let's say if you don't have an opportunity, and you know that this opportunity cannot give me that much that I'm attracting, right? और क्या मुझे अगर इतना कुछ चाहिए तो वो इससे नहीं मिल सकता and उतना acceptance है, right? So I think sometimes what the universe does is that it sees if you really want it or not. I think sometimes when you don't know how it will happen but you're working so hard on the thing that you have right now in your hands and hoping that okay that will also happen, then the results might not come from that place but will come from another place, but results do come. So I think so that is why I think that is how the law of attraction works, that you have to do your action, but sometimes you don't know where to do the action because you're very confused, but you just give your 100% in what you have today and the universe will take care of the rest. Like if you, even when I didn't have any opportunities in my life and all of that, I was just working on myself. And I think because I didn't get it for a year, like I used to have literally, I still remember, I used to have sleepless nights thinking कि मैं क्या करूँगा life में. I used to wake up my parents in the middle of the night and ask them that how will I make these dreams come true, because nobody else around me is living that life that I want. Right? अभी भी life अच्छी है, but वो life तो कोई जी नहीं रहा है. तो belief कभी कभी टूटता भी था. But maybe I was desperately wanting it and I was looking for it and I was working hard on myself. So somehow out of nowhere an opportunity came my way to take me there, and now just because the fact that I'm a part of that opportunity doesn't mean that I will reach there. Obviously I will have to work hard on that opportunity, but that opportunity came my way. I was not going out and looking for it. Where do I go? Where do I look? I didn't have a clue as a kid, at least, but it came my way because I was working so hard on what I had in my hands.
Yeah, totally. So this actually also has worked for me as well once. So it was, I think, around 3 years ago. And I was just starting out with my business. I was still in college. So I wasn't sure, do I want to continue with this, because I wasn't making enough money that I should just do this full time and not get a proper job, like follow the conventional way. So तभी like July हो रहा था, and I decided कि I'll give it time till December. कि अगर दिसंबर तक मेरी मंथली इनकम अगर X रुपीस हो गई तो आई कैन स्टिल कंसिडर इट, एंड देन आई कैन फाइनली टेल माई पेरेंट्स के आई वांट टू डू इट. मैंने तो अपने पेरेंट्स को भी नहीं बोला था, उन लोग के दिमाग में तो यही था कि आई विल गेट अ जॉब एंड फॉलो द कन्वेंशनल इंजीनियरिंग लाइफ वाला पाथ. एंड टिल अक्टूबर मेरी X से हाफ इनकम थी. सो आई वाजंट श्योर कि होगा कि नहीं, बट as you said, I wanted it desperately. Even I wanted it, and I was just doing my work. I was not thinking about anything else. And in 2 months, I almost crossed X. Like I was making 1.2x before December. That happened. So after that, I decided कि I'm going to graduate in April, May. So तब तक I want to do 2x now. So, and again, I did not change anything. I was like 2x hoga to guaranteed like I can do this without any issues or whatever. And I did the same thing, that I was just focusing on my work, not focusing on money and everything. And I actually again achieved my 2x wala goal. So that made me realize कि हाँ ये हो तो सकता है. मतलब मैंने जहां से एक्सपेक्ट भी नहीं किया था. We were starting multiple projects. The project I was dedicating most of my attention to, that did not grow as much as the one which I did not pay enough attention, but I was still keeping it in the loop. So as you said कि ये रास्ता नहीं मिला तो कहीं और दूसरे रास्ते से आ ही जाएगा. So that is when law of attraction actually worked for me. Now I also have examples where it did not work. So we'll get into that later. But firstly, you tell me, Akash, which is the best thing like that law of attraction has done to you? Or the first thing, or you can tell us about both.
I think that like amazing things have happened where I put a conscious effort, and so I'll quickly share basically. So even when I didn't know about law of attraction, I think when we were growing up, at least I was very conscious about how I'm looking because I didn't look very good, and I was constantly picking out flaws in me, and that is a habit that thankfully has changed that I've grown up. But at that time, I had a really bad haircut. I had really bad skin, and I had tried everything. I think out and like literally I had gone to many salons and did not find a solution. I tried many doctors for my skin, did not find a solution. And but I think I was just so adamant that okay, I it should happen, and it cannot not happen. So randomly, for example, the person who used to cut my hair, after trying many places, I had like sort of given up also, I'll be honest. But still that hope was there. But that person was on a holiday when I went to my salon, and then someone else, randomly out of so many people, decided to cut my hair, and he completely gave me a makeover of the sort that I wanted. And I always believed that that was from the universe. Or about my skin, like after trying many doctors or whatever, I think randomly, I remember in 2016, I went to an exhibition called Whispering Willows. It's quite famous. And my mom literally dragged me there. And I was like, I'm not looking good. It's a bad skin or whatever. And I went there reluctantly. But I'm so glad that I went there. And maybe it was a part of the universe, because randomly, I didn't know a random person. She was a lady. And I think she had her own stall there. She randomly came to me and she said, Ski, please don't mind. I understand that your skin, you're having issues, and even my son had issues. And I went to this doctor, and it was amazing for him after that. And he was good for life. And so I trusted that okay, maybe I've tried everything and it didn't work, right? So maybe it is the universe. And that time I didn't know about law of attraction, that maybe I thought that it is the universe. And I went to that doctor, and she is a miracle, I think. So I'm so grateful that these things happened. And this was when I was not putting a conscious effort. And for example, if quickly I have to give an example of a time when it did work for me and I did put conscious effort. So in 2019, I decided that I want to wake up in a different country on my birthday. So I didn't know where I will go, or I didn't know anything, but it was okay that I have that dream. So my birthday is on 17th October, and since April I started visualizing every night. I used to visualize waking up in a different country. I used to put some nice music and visualize myself, and didn't know where I would go. But I think just a month after that, my brother came to me and he said that he has a travel agency. He came to me and he said that I have this voucher of an amazing resort which is free for you, and you just have to go there and stay there. And you obviously had to pay for my tickets and everything else, but the resort was free for me. And so I booked my vacation, and I ended up going there on my birthday. Not exactly on my birthday, because we couldn't get the tickets on that day, but 2 days after that. So, and that
close enough,
resort was one of the that resort was one of the best places I've stayed at. And just a month before that, I went to Dubai. and that was also a manifestation. And I didn't know that I would stay in Atlantis, but on my vision board that I had pasted the picture of Atlantis. So मैंने तो nice pictures of Dubai Google करके उसको निकाल के मैंने paste कर दिया था because वो चाहिए था. But
Yeah.
after 6 months, I was looking at my vision board. I was like, oh my god, this is Atlantis, and I stayed in it. So sometimes you don't even know. You're not putting a conscious effort, but universe makes it happen.
Okay. Akash, I've actually heard and read about a lot about vision boards, and everyone should have one. So, like, if someone does not know about vision board, can you just quickly explain what is a vision board and how should one get started on it?
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, the secret tells you to be absolutely clear about what you want, because it says that if you are clear, then only universe knows what to give it to you. So what I did after that, I wrote everything I want. And firstly, I think you have to uh, let go of the limitations that okay, this is not possible or how will this happen. You just have to write, okay, that these are the things that I want without any thinking of the how part. Okay, so you write it down, and then it also says that at the end the universe will not understand your handwriting, or it will not understand the language you speak. It will understand your thoughts and the images that you create in your head. So that is why when you create a vision board is basically pasting pictures of the things that you want, as simple as that. And being absolutely clear that okay, like for example, in my vision board, I have a clear picture of the kind of house that I want, the bedroom that I want, or the places that I want to visit, and it basically tells you whatever you want to. You're asked to do to paste the pictures of what you want to do and the dates of when you want it to happen. And when you look at it daily, you start visualizing. वो image दिमाग में और clear होती रहती है, so it helps you visualize. And when you see it daily, so it really helps you visualize, and it gives a clear picture to the universe of what exactly you want.
So vision
Pinterest
board is
helps.
basically putting it in a pictorial format. Instead of writing, we just put pictures so that it's easier for us to actually visualize it and transfer it to the universe.
Yeah, because हम लोग कितनी बारी एक किताब खोल के देखेंगे, हमें इतना अगर मोटिवेटेड होते तो कहाँ पहुंच गए होते. बट अगर सामने लगा हुआ है एक विजन बोर्ड, यू विल वेक अप एंड इवेंचुअली आंखें चली जाएंगी वहां पे, राइट? आदत पड़ जाती है फिर देखने की.
Okay. I think it's high time we both of me and Mayank should also start.
Yeah, we should start
vision
this.
boards.
Actually, I used to write my goals after reading like many books. I also read books, so I started writing my goals. But yeah, it is not that much impactful. Like you are saying, pictures obviously ज़्यादा impactful होते हैं यार. तुम goals लिखते हो फिर यार वो किताब कब खुले नहीं खुले, महीने में एक बार खुले. मैंने like I used to like work in a company. I used to do network marketing. So in that like our leaders used to tell us, they used to tell us about these things. Write your goals, like write your 3-month goals, or like 1-year goal, 5-year goal, 10-year goal, long-term goals and all. So we used to write that, and we used to like reread them and all. So now I like look back to my 2018 or 2017 diary, and like I have not accomplished it. So now I know that it's not impactful Rani, but I should try this vision board thing. I think that would be more great.
Okay, Mayank, do you have an example कि जब तेरे लिए law of attraction काम किया था?
Like पिछले कुछ टाइम से जब से मैं कॉन्शियसली सोचने लगा हूँ, तब से तो अभी तक कुछ ऐसा हुआ नहीं है. बिकॉज लाइक फ्रॉम पास्ट 1.5 year माई लाइफ इज लाइक ऑन अ चिल. सो लाइक इतना कुछ खास हुआ नहीं है. बट या लॉ ऑफ अट्रैक्शन मतलब बहुत बार ऐसा होता है. लाइक आई डोंट नो कि इट्स लॉ ऑफ अट्रैक्शन और समथिंग एल्स, बट इट हैज वर्कड फॉर मी. लाइक my when I was getting into like when I was looking for colleges, I was applying for many like exams, and I was giving exams and all. So my like when I came to Pune for symbiosis, so at that time my timing was around 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the noon. बट माई फादर टोल्ड मी कि अब लोग मॉर्निंग में चलते हैं, होटल में क्या ही करेंगे यार, अपने चलते हैं, अपने जाते हैं कॉलेज, चलते हैं वहां पे जाके देखते हैं एडमिशन वगैरह का प्रोसेस देखते हैं. और मैं बिल्कुल भी इंटरेस्टेड नहीं था यार. मतलब मैं ऐसे यार 3 बजे बुलाया, अपने क्या जाके करेंगे, सोते हैं मस्त ऐसे. सो मतलब होटल में चिल करते हैं वगैरह. बट माई फादर लाइक स्कोल्डेड मी एंड ट्रैक्ड मी कि हम लोग पुणे किस लिए आए यार, कॉलेज के लिए आया है, तो चलना, क्या करेगा यहाँ पे, ये है वो है, ऐसे वैसे. एंड मतलब मैंने बहुत उनसे आर्ग्यू किया और मैं बिल्कुल भी इंटरेस्टेड नहीं था. बट तो भी फिर वो मुझे खींच के ले गए. एंड मतलब उन्होंने बोला कि चलते हैं वहाँ पे, कुछ अच्छा होगा, देखते ही हुए वो. मतलब ही वाज हैविंग अ बिलीफ कि लेट्स गो टू कॉलेज. सो हम लोग 10 बजे पहुंचे. एंड उस दिन पता नहीं कुछ तो उनका टाइमिंग का ट्रांजेक्शन था या पता नहीं कुछ तो था, ऊपर नीचे हुआ. एंड उन्होंने तभी ऑन द स्पॉट एडमिशन प्रोसेस स्टार्ट कर दिया. एंड लाइक उनमें कैसे कि लिमिटेड सीट्स थी, तो जो जो स्टूडेंट्स वहाँ पे अवेलेबल थे उन लोग को देना स्टार्ट कर दिया उन्होंने. एंड आई वांटेड टू गेट इनटू मैकेनिकल, सो ऐसा मैं पहुंचा और 10 मिनट के बाद चालू हो गया, एंड आई वाज द फर्स्ट वन टू गेट इनटू मैकेनिकल. सो मतलब ये कोई बड़ा इतना इंसिडेंट नहीं है, बट आई फील के मतलब मेरे डैड कुछ चाहते थे एंड यूनिवर्स एक्सेप्टेड दैट एंड दैट थिंग हैपेंड. क्या पता अगर मैं तीन, क्योंकि उस दिन 2 o'clock तक तो सारी सीट्स फुल कर दी उन्होंने, समझ रहे हो, तो शायद मेरे को 3 बजे जाता तो कट जाता मेरा यार, ऐसा भी हो सकता था.
Yeah.
बट वो चीज हुई तो तब मुझे फील हुआ कि समटाइम्स द लाइक our conscious or our powers or our like our feelings tell us some things that we should do it. तो भले हमें मन करे ना करे, बट अगर कुछ अंदर से वाइब्स जिसको कहते हैं कि नेगेटिव वाइब आ रही है कहीं पे जाके, पॉजिटिव वाइब आ रही है, तो उनको हमें लाइक या रिकॉग्नाइज करना चाहिए.
और इंट्यूशन बेसिकली,
या इंट्यूशन, यस, बिकॉज बहुत बार ऐसा हुआ है, मतलब ऐसे कोई पर्टिकुलर इंसिडेंट्स याद नहीं है, बट बहुत बार ऐसा हुआ है कि कहीं पे मैं जा रहा हूँ और मेरे को नेगेटिव वाइब्स आई है एंड मैं वहां पे रुका हूँ तो गलत हुआ, और नेगेटिव वाइब से मैं निकल गया हूँ तो मैं एक सेफ जोन में हूँ, तो वो चीज होती है, मतलब आवर बॉडी डू फील दोस इंट्यूशंस. तो आई थिंक दैट कि मेरे साथ तो वही हुआ. अभी तो फिलहाल कुछ ज्यादा बड़ा ऐसे हुआ नहीं. कौशल, यू हैव समथिंग?
Okay, I actually have a doubt for Akash. If I am attracting something right now, so should I talk about it with people or should I just keep it in my head? Like if I talk about it, then maybe I'll dilute my goal. ऐसा भी हो सकता है. The more you talk about it, the more you get normalized by it. It happens for a lot of people. And but if I keep it to myself, then I'm not putting it out in the universe. Like I'm not verbally telling it. So I'm confused between both of them. कि क्या मेरे को सबको बताना चाहिए or should I tell it to some people? या फिर like how should I go about it?
I think that whatever you're comfortable with, you should do that, because the universe basically wants you to be comfortable. I think universe never wants to put you in an uncomfortable situation. So whatever you feel comfortable in, if you feel comfortable with sharing with people or sharing with certain people and not sharing with certain people, or just keeping it to yourself, whatever you feel happy with, because again, universe tak, as per my knowledge, thoughts नहीं पहुंचते, feelings पहुंचते हैं. So if you feel good in sharing it with people, then it will, you know, multifold and those energies will travel faster. But if you're sharing with people and not fully happy in sharing with people, then it will not work for you, बल्कि वो और खराब होगा, because you know, then the feeling is not very happy. So if it makes you happy, you should do it.
Okay, because you know generally हमारे parents and like it happens in our families कि like किसी को बोल मत, नजर लग जाएगी and all of that. हाँ. So that always brings skeptical thoughts inside your head.
तो उन लोगों को बता दो ना जो नजर नहीं लगाते, उन लोगों के साथ शेयर कर देता.
So, but I want to ask one thing, Akash, like, can you explain like what is like exactly power of manifestation? So, like how, like if I want to manifest something, if I want to achieve something, what is the like correct way? If you have read in books or read articles, so what is the correct way? Because बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि लोगों को बस थोड़ा सा पता है and they don't do it completely, और एकदम अच्छे से नहीं करते जो स्टेप्स है वगैरह, कि जिस वे में थोड़ा ज्यादा इफेक्ट हो या थोड़ा ज्यादा वो. तो कैन यू एक्सप्लेन पावर ऑफ manifestation for everyone?
Basically, you know, people don't know how to implement it, right? And they hear something new, and like it's like a movie. You know, we watch a movie, we talk about it for 2 days, and then we forget it. Right. So I think majorly two things that can help you to implement it on ground. So I do 2 things at least that really help me. Firstly is gratitude. So like I just said, that it's about the feeling, right? It's not about your thoughts. So if you're feeling good, then great. So if you know, I think when we start, and this is something that comes with practice, but you know, sometimes what happens in general also, that we're going through our day and suddenly we think कि यार मैं इतना खराब क्यों सोच रहा हूँ, या why am I overthinking things, and मैं इतना कचरा क्यों सोच रहा हूँ basically, right? So basically कि तुम, you have to keep a, it's not easy to keep a check on your thoughts, you know, you can't do that. But I think then you have to practice gratitude. So when you're in gratitude, if you're in gratitude, you can't be in a complaining zone. And for the most part of our day, we are complaining about things, right? Especially in the pandemic, we have got COVID to criticize. So everything is COVID's fault. You know, we can't pass in our exams, it's COVID's fault. You know, there's nepotism, it is COVID's fault, right? So everything is COVID's fault. We have got something to complain about. So when you have to implement secret and all of that in law of attraction, you have to implement gratitude. So I follow a book called Magic, which is the stories that Kaushal has seen. So basically, Magic is written by the same person who has written The Secret. And in magic, she tells you how to implement it on a daily basis. So it's a book for 28 days. There are 28 chapters in it, and you have to follow one
Hmm.
chapter every day, early morning, and
Okay.
implement it. So it kind of helps you, because obviously 22, 23, 24 years of mindset cannot be changed like this, and it is bound that doubt will come. It is bound that, you know, हम टेढ़े हैं, तो वो
Hmm.
आएगा बीच में, उंगली करेंगे हम बीच में. But when you're reading that book on a daily basis, it helps you transform your relationships, how you think, and it changes your mindset. It starts changing your mindset at least. So gratitude is number one. Second would be to visualize. So
Hmm.
the more videos that I've watched, maybe you guys would agree with this, that early morning and late night is the best time to visualize. So before you sleep, you can maybe put a light music, and then probably just, even not even for 2 minutes before you sleep, you can just visualize what you want.
Hmm.
And that really helps, because I don't know too much logic behind it. I've heard a little bit, but जब हम सोते हैं ना, तो जो हम एंड में सोने से पहले सोचते हैं ना, वही यूनिवर्स में जाता है और वही
Yeah.
एनर्जीज जाती है. सो
Yeah,
जब
yeah.
हम वही चीज सोचकर करेंगे, तो इट मैनिफेस्ट फास्टर एंड रीचेस टू द यूनिवर्स फास्टर. सो ग्रैटिट्यूड एंड विजुअलाइजेशन, दैट्स ऑल. आई थिंक इतना ही कर लेंगे तो बहुत है.
एक्चुअली मैंने
Okay.
पर्सनली भी ये एक्सपीरियंस किया, लाइक मतलब आई वाज हैविंग वेरी नेगेटिव थॉट्स एक्चुअली, लाइक पिछले कुछ टाइम से 2-3 महीनों से मैं बहुत ज्यादा ओवर थिंकिंग में घुस गया था, बिकॉज लाइक आई डोंट हैव एनीथिंग टू डू राइट नाउ, सो आई
राइट.
कंप्लीटली सिट एंड मतलब कुछ देखा या कुछ काम किया, सो दैट टाइम यू आर ओके, बट जैसे ही तुम थोड़े से फ्री हुए, नेगेटिव थॉट्स लाइक दोबारा से आ गए, अटैक कर रहे हो तुम्हें और तुम सोचे जा रहे हो, और वो एक लूप बन जाता है कि तुम निकल नहीं पाते हो. So like I think that from 1st June I started this gratitude thing, and I started writing my thoughts. I started things I'm grateful for and like it has worked for me. So जब भी
Hmm.
मेरे को negative thoughts आते हैं, like I use in beginning, like in from 1st June to 7th June I was having so much negative thoughts. I used to write things like 4 to 5 times a day, कि जैसे ही मेरे को नेगेटिव थॉट्स आ रहे हैं वैसे ही मैं ग्रैटिट्यूड कर रहा हूँ एंड मैं लिख रहा हूँ, और मैं जो चीज के लिए ग्रेटफुल हूँ, मेरे पास क्या है क्या नहीं है, आई एम राइटिंग दोस थिंग्स, सो इट हेल्प मी. नाउ लाइक नाउ आई एम एट दिस स्टेज, लाइक आफ्टर प्रैक्टिसिंग फॉर ओनली 20 to 22 days, कि now I only do it on alternate day or when I feel, then only. Like now I am not dependent on it. जब मुझे नेगेटिव थॉट्स आ रहे तब मैं बहुत डिपेंडेंट था, मतलब मेरे को समझ नहीं आता मैं थॉट्स कैसे रिमूव करूं, बट जैसे मैं लिखता था मैं थोड़ा सा काम हो जाता था, थोड़ा वो वर्क करता था मेरे लिए. बट अब
Yeah.
ऐसा है कि माइंडसेट एक थोड़ा सेट हो गया है कि हाँ चल थोड़ा अच्छा है, मतलब काफी पॉजिटिव थॉट्स वगैरह आ गए, तो अब मैं इतना डिपेंडेंट नहीं हूँ. बट या ग्रैटिट्यूड आई थिंक लाइक मतलब मैंने पर्सनली अप्लाई किया, सो आई वुड रिकमेंड इट टू एवरीवन कि इट रियली वर्क्स इफ यू आर फीलिंग लो और इफ यू आर हैविंग एनी डाउट्स और एनी ओवरथिंकिंग काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स. So
Okay.
this is good, yeah.
Gratitude and visualization in basic K. Like just think about the good things in your life and visualize it clear as possible. So
Yeah,
that
yeah.
actually got a thought in my head. Okay, Akash, the background that you have kept, is this a part of your visualization? Okay, you want a
Actually,
house like this?
you got it right. So I have many virtual backgrounds, and it depends on the kind of mood that I have. That मैं अपना virtual background वैसे ही रखता हूँ. So
Yeah.
yes, this is the kind of, actually this is my sister's virtual background. So this is her house. I'm sitting in her house technically. Uh, but I have, like, sometimes I'll apply a beach ka background, or sometimes I'll apply a sunset background.
Hmm.
Those are the kind of places I'd like to visit. So yeah, I always believe that. I think thanks to the pandemic and all of that, at least I spend so much of time on Zoom. So whenever I come on Zoom, I feel like I'm in a different world. So it really helps me. I feel like, you leave everything outside and you come on Zoom, and it's a different world. So whenever
Yeah.
I put a virtual background, it feels like I literally am there, and I forget that, okay, I'm somewhere else. It really helps, and it's a lot of fun. Sometimes it's not
Yeah.
too
This
technical.
is
It's a lot
actually
of
a
fun.
very, very easy hack to like
Yeah.
subconsciously visualize it. Like if you just see it
Yeah.
everywhere, you like plan your life accordingly, that like all your visualizations just naturally blend in, then it is obviously faster. Like I'll definitely start using this hack from next time onwards.
And it's a lot of fun. I think मैं तो
Yeah.
Google से
Yeah.
कोई भी picture निकाल के अच्छी सी, I usually match it with my outfit. I'll be very honest,
Hmm.
and then it just depends on the mood, but it's a lot of fun.
Totally. So I think that's all that we should cover, and we have covered about law of attraction. Is there any final thoughts that you would like to share, Akash? Like, is there anything that we missed out on?
Just one thought that was coming in my head, for
Yeah.
whoever is, if listening for the first time and discovering, the secret or law of attraction, I think firstly, you have to be a bit easy with yourself. I think at least that is what I experienced, that sometimes, when you want to manifest things and you want it to happen, and we're designed in a way, like, at least being a part of North India, you're always taught that money doesn't grow on trees, and this doesn't happen, or that cannot happen that easily. We have that mindset ki, you know बहुत मेहनत करेंगे तो ही कुछ होगा, so we have that mindset. So when we start reading about secret or getting knowledge about it, that is a completely uh, different mindset. It says that money comes to me easily, or whatever you want, it can come to you easily. So it's a different thought process. So when you start implementing it now, so you start, sometimes you have a conflict in your head and you get too heavy, you're too heavy on yourself, and you say यार मैं ऐसा क्यों सोचता हूँ यार, मतलब, and you get too serious about it, that why do I think negative, and that's even a worse feeling. Like you're thinking negative, and then you're feeling bad that why am I thinking negative. You start feeling angry at yourself. One part of you will start being angry on the other part of you, that yeah, why are you so negative? Right?
Yeah,
I'm
just
trying to be
have faith,
positive,
just
but
believe in it.
I'm trying to be positive, but why don't you let me? It's a constant battle inside. So it's okay. I think, it will, it takes time, and I think it's okay. Like, we're designed in this way. Took us what, 22 years or 23 years to be this person. So it cannot happen just like this, that the mindset changes. It will take time. Just keep on practicing it, and be happy. Universe likes happiness. That's all.
Okay, that's a lovely thought. So we'll just conclude with that. And thank you, Akash, for taking out time and doing this podcast with us. We
It was
really
amazing.
appreciate it. Yeah, it was amazing for us as well. We are definitely starting with two things: visualization and vision board. I'll definitely do those things from now on. And hopefully the skepticism that I have about law of attraction, it should decrease. I really want it to decrease, and that way things would be much easier in life.
Yeah.
So let's end this.
Right. Definitely.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, viewers, for watching. Hit the subscribe button. If you're listening on Spotify, then also check out our other podcasts. We have also created one on God that has very similar vibes to this one. So do check out that as well. A link would be in the bio. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out.
Bye guys.